Please remain standing for the invocation. All praise to you, gracious Creator. You have gathered us in this university community to praise you by our words and our works. Bless the University of Alberta, which seeks to teach whatsoever things are true. Bless the students and professors, the non-academic staff and support staff, and all who volunteer on the Board of Governors, the Senate, and the Alumni Council, and all who promote sound education in our community. We ask that those who leave here today blessed with their degrees may be given grace and strength to serve in your global home. May we grow in wisdom and grace before you and all your people. May this university always be home of truth and wisdom, of faith and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Ralph Young, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chancellor of our university and representing the public interest in our university. To begin, I wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous peoples, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are gathered today. I also wish to acknowledge and honor the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have added so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture which is built on the legacy of all those who have come before us. Today we pledge to uphold that legacy as we continue to pursue our motto, whatsoever things are true. On behalf of our entire community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation. We're very pleased that so many family and friends could join us as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduands. Graduation from the University of Alberta is a significant milestone, and we're honored to share this convocation with all of you. The tradition of convocation, which is a Latin term meaning a gathering together of all qualified degree holders in the university community, dates back almost 700 years to medieval times. Generations of scholars have walked in your footsteps. Led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, today's formal procession to the stage originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Our university coat of arms above us includes the great horned owl, Alberta's provincial bird, the Book of Learning, the pronghorn from Alberta's coat of arms, and our own golden bear, mascot of our university. Our university motto, Caecumque Vera, Latin for whatsoever things are true, is at its foundation. As Chancellor, I wear the university green and gold with great pride and respect. And the various academic gowns, hoods, and caps declare, in their various designs and colors, the alma mater and qualifications of the faculty who are on the stage to celebrate with you. Similarly, your academic apparel signifies to everyone here and to society your faculty and degree of proficiency as graduates. Today, each one of you will cross the stage as your name is called, and that will be the most important part of our ceremony. Your degree will be conferred as we congratulate you and shake hands. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. Your family and friends are witness to that commitment, and all of the history and tradition within today's ceremony is in honor of you, our graduands. Of course, this is why we're here, to celebrate your accomplishments. We're also privileged to welcome Rear Admiral Jennifer Bennett, who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary Doctor of Laws. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrates extraordinary achievement, or recognizes remarkable service to society. Also joining the celebration on our stage today is our President, Dr. Indira Samarasekera, and Mr. Doug Goss, Chair of our Board of Governors. We're also pleased that Dr. David Lynch, Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, is here to congratulate graduates as they cross the stage. I'm equally delighted to welcome here on stage past honorary degree recipient, Mr. Dennis Urker, the Honorable Madam Justice Joanne Goss, Court of Queen's Bench, Mr. Angus Watt, Consular Corps for the Kingdom of the Netherlands, Mary Pat Berry, President of our Alumni Council, Dr. Pradipta Banjari, Director of the Indian Institute of Technology in Bombay, Graduate Student Association Vice President, Student Services, Mr. Ali Talai, and Student Union Vice President, Student Life, Ms. Vivian Kwan, and Mr. Marlon Schmidt, MLA for Edmonton Gold Bar. We're here to celebrate, and I very much hope that you will enjoy your day. Now, I'd now like to start by inviting greetings from our University Board of Governors, Mr. Doug Goss.
Well, thank you very much, Ralph. It's indeed an honor to be here this afternoon to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors, President Indira Samasekera, distinguished guest graduates, family, and friends. And a special welcome to Rear Admiral Jennifer Bennett, our HD recipient, and her friends and family who've made the journey to be here today. Great honor for us to have you with us today, Jennifer. Thank you. And speaking of friends and family, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that I have some family convocating today, and if I didn't mention that my son's grandmothers are both here today. Mom, Kobe, good to have you here. And I'd especially be remiss if I didn't mention Mike's mom, Joanne, who's also here. So good to have you here. And as an aside, I wanted to say a special thank you to Mike's study group, Dave, Sarah, Justin, and Connor. It's great to have our dining room table back. Thank you very much. You know, Convocation is a special time when the entire university community gathers to celebrate your tremendous achievements. Friends, family have traveled great distance to be with you today, and indeed, we're here to celebrate you, the class of 2015. You know, you've achieved a level of excellence which will be forever recognized in your U of A degree. And as chair of your Board of Governors, I want to assure you that this university remains absolutely steadfast in its pursuit of being among the world's great universities. We're committed to excellence across this entire institution. And when I think of extraordinary people who've built this great university, I can't think of anybody who exemplifies excellence better than someone who served as our dean for over 20 years, Dean Dr. David Lynch. David, it's indeed been my honor to work with you over the last 3.5 years. Graduates, your degree positions you to compete with the very best in the world. Make no mistake, the very best in the world. You're only limited by your own ambition and creativity, and I know you have both in abundance. In short, you are this university's pride and joy, and I know you're going to bring this institution great honor as you work to achieve the great challenges that this city, this province, and indeed this entire planet faces. Our Board of Governors salutes you today, and we hope that this ceremony will be remembered as a highlight in a full and satisfying career. Remain ambitious, remain creative in all your pursuits. Congratulations to you, your families, and all of those who've helped you to get to this point today. Our very, very best wishes in all your future endeavors. And now it's my privilege to introduce Mr. Marlon Schmidt, MLA for Edmonton Gold Bar, who's going to bring greetings on behalf of the government of Alberta. Thank you. Marlon.
Well, thank you very much for that kind introduction. I am Marlon Schmidt. I'm the MLA for Edmonton Gold Bar. This is day number 36 on the job for me, so all of the nervousness and tension about going into a new career that you guys are feeling, I'm feeling that as well. And you know, our government was elected on a campaign platform of openness and transparency, and in that spirit I'd like to let you know that now that I'm an elected member of the legislature, I don't have to write my own speeches, that I have people who do that for me, which I'm sure you guys wished you had when you were doing your assignments. And so as a result, This is the first time I've heard this speech as well, so I'm really hope that it's good. It is my privilege to be here on Treaty 6 territory to bring you greetings on behalf of Premier Rachel Notley and the Government of Alberta. And what an honor it is to join all of you on such a special day in your lives. I want to begin by offering my congratulations to Rear Admiral Jennifer Bennett for being recognized with an honorary Doctor of Laws degree today. You are a passionate and dedicated leader. Your contributions to the Canadian Naval Reserve as its first female Rear Admiral, as well as your work in renewing the Canadian Cadet Program and as an educator in BC and Ontario, are such an inspiration. And we owe so much to you and your example. Thank you. Today, graduates, we celebrate. We salute your hard work over the past years and we look to the future. With your families and your friends, we feel the overwhelming sense of pride, the thrill of achievement, and the excitement of new beginnings. I'm pleased to offer you my heartfelt congratulations and, if I may, a bit of advice. Today, you venture forth from the world of the student to the world of your chosen careers. As you get further into that new life, as the distance from your student days widen, you'll start to look back fondly on the time you've just completed. When you talk about it, you won't talk so much about the courses you took, the degree you've earned, or the student loans you've racked up. You'll talk about the friendships you've made and the triumphs of personal growth. You'll talk about the great sense of possibility that kept you going when the workload seemed like a mountain to be climbed, and the camaraderie that helped you face the biggest challenge of your life and encourage others along the way. You've earned these precious and tangible things just as surely as anything you can frame and hang on the wall. So when you find yourself in your new life looking back, remember that life is about more than just your job title. It's about more than how much you earn or what you can buy. It's about who you are and who you become and who you share it with. It's about how you shape your future. You're leaving school today for the greatest learning opportunity you'll ever know, life. Continue to learn, continue to think critically and be innovative, work hard and contribute to your community, and above all, never stop dreaming. Shape your future with the skills, knowledge, and most of all, the experience you have gained from your time here at the University of Alberta. Your journey starts today. We wish you the best in that journey, and we know that the future of Alberta is in the best of hands, yours. Congratulations, and thank you.
Class of 2015, come with me, if you will, on an imaginative journey. Leave pomp and circumstance for just a moment and cast your mind back to your first day at the University of Alberta. Who were you then? What hopes did you have? Did you feel a bit overwhelmed arriving on campus? A little unsure about whether you were in the right program, let alone the right building? Or did you feel like you were finally in the right place, ready to become the person you wanted to be? We all have our own unique University of Alberta beginning. I'll never forget one of my first days as president. I was feeling confident and excited, convinced that I was ready to take on the biggest challenge of my life. So out I went during orientation week to speak to students and hand out some U of A goodies. Having just done the research for my interview, I was keen to see what they knew about their university. When was the U of A founded? I asked one bright-eyed student. 1779, he responded with great certainty. I suggested he try a history course. I asked another student, who was the first president of U of A? I received a blank look. After a few seconds, the student said, and who are you? I asked, who do you think I am? Her face brightened, and she said, you must be the student union president. How flattering to be mistaken for a 20-year-old. But I knew right then that I had work to do. Having the title of president was one thing. Becoming a leader she could respect and recognize, that I would have to earn. And so my own U of A education began. Today we celebrate the educational journey that you and I began on that first day. The U of A has taught me more than I thought possible, and I hope you feel the same. In past years, I've had to rely on my memories of my own convocation to find the words of advice I'd like to share today. But this year, it's different. This year, after 10 years as president, I too am leaving the U of A. Like some of you, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing next. I'm even moving back in with my family. Well, to be honest, it's my daughter and her family who are moving in with me while they have house renovations done. Hope it doesn't take too long. But right about now, without a definite plan, it feels frighteningly close to moving back into the basement. Your parents are here praying that you don't do the same. Yeah, I can hear parents clapping. So here we are, you and I, excited and apprehensive at the same time. It's been such a privilege for me to lead this great university and to see so many talented graduates cross the stage. When I reflect on the last decade, my main aim as a person and as your president has been to set myself and every student on a journey to excellence. Today is just the first stop for you on that lifetime endeavor. I believe that excellence is not merely rooted in ambition and achievement, as many people think, but in something quite different. It's not about your grade point average or your academic awards. In fact, it's not a goal at all. Instead, seeking excellence is a process or a way of living life. Excellence is that point on the horizon that gives you direction. I first learned this from my father, who was an ear, nose, and throat specialist in Sri Lanka. Every day, he toiled away, caring for thousands of extremely poor patients. Faced with this daily grind, my father might have chosen to treat his patients quickly, doing only what was necessary to help them out the door, without thinking deeply about their chronic illnesses. But he was a person who sought excellence in everything he did. Good enough was not in his repertoire. In my youth, he uncovered a bioelectric disturbance in the inner ear, which caused debilitating dizziness. He then devised a minor operation to treat the condition, which brought unimaginable relief to his patients. I was only a teenager, but I was struck by his passion and deep caring for his patients. His daily caring had translated into excellence. His actions remind me of a favorite quote: "Excellence can be attained if you risk more than others think is safe, care more than others think is wise, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible." Here at the U of A, I have continued to learn this lesson many times over. So as you launch your careers, I would like to be able to assure you that with thoughtful planning, the journey towards excellence goes in a straight line. But it doesn't. No doubt you already know this. Life constantly surprises us, good or bad. Sometimes we can feel completely derailed by the unexpected. It's how we respond to and learn from these surprises that is our true test. Start by using the skills you've gained over your degree. Approach every problem and opportunity with both critical thinking skills and imagination. Connect the dots between ideas and people. Pay attention to details that others may have missed. Read and do research so that you can understand the full context of the issue. Seek alternative perspectives. Yours alone will never provide a full picture. This last point is important. Your generation is often touted as the most connected generation in human history. Hard to imagine, but when I became president, social media was so new that no one really knew it existed. Communications technology has made all of our lives infinitely easier. I can send an email, text a quick instruction, and things get done. But I've learned that we can sometimes mistake efficiency for quality. If Alexander Graham Bell had invented the telephone today, we would have said, wow, I can hear the person in real time. He was ahead of his time. Without face-to-face communication, which engages all 5 of our senses, technology can sometimes dehumanize and create misunderstanding. You may get things done, but you may find that you're doing them alone. As an African proverb teaches, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go with others. I think of my father and the thousands of conversations he had with his patients. Nothing would have come of them if he hadn't been listening with his whole self. The University of Alberta has a deep, resonant spirit and purpose that injects this kind of human connection into the heart of all we do. It goes back to our first president, Henry Marshall Tory, and his call for us to be a university for the uplifting of the whole people. His call resonated in 1908, perhaps because Alberta's pioneers had risked more than others thought safe and believed that they could build a better future for themselves and others. Tory's call has grown stronger in our awareness that this particular place has a much deeper history of being a gathering place where Aboriginal peoples of many nations came together for centuries in spiritual and economic harmony. They knew that only by caring more than others think wise can we survive and prosper. This fierce pride in community and its corresponding commitment to serve and uplift others are hardwired into the U of A. They are now part of me, and they are now part of you. They give our journey towards excellence a deeper meaning. Graduates, each one of you has your own particular U of A story. Continue to live out that story with purpose and vision. I ask you to risk more, to care more, to dream more, and expect more of yourself than you thought possible. And always remember, by seeking for excellence and striving to fulfill your highest potential, you can and you will become a person who uplifts others and makes the human community better for all. My warmest congratulations to all of you and good luck. Thank you.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
You will always find it your own courage or theirs in the eyes of the other.
Go where there's no path and leave a trail for someone else.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Travel well, travel without prejudice, live long and prosper.
There you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, I am honored to introduce Jennifer Jane Bennett for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. Our University of Alberta celebrates leaders who drive change, leaders who seek the betterment of our society, and leaders who build capacity in future generations. Rear Admiral Jennifer Jane Bennett does all three. The first woman to achieve the rank of Rear Admiral in the 114-year history of the Royal Canadian Navy, Jennifer Bennett has forged a distinguished career as a citizen soldier, balancing roles as a teacher and school administrator with demanding military service in the Naval Reserves. With degrees from McMaster, Queen's, and Royal Roads Universities, she is also a graduate of the Canadian Forces Staff School and Staff College, NATO School and NATO Defence College, and she has been instrumental in advancing professional education and training programs through the Canadian Defence Academy and as Project Director Military for the Defence Learning Network. Rear Admiral Bennett has also worked tirelessly for the renewal of the Canadian Cadet Program, offering over 56,000 young Canadians aged 12 to 18 skill-building opportunities in partnership with communities across Canada. The cadets are one of the largest youth programs in the country. Rear Admiral Bennett has also served as an expert witness in parliamentary and Senate committees on issues ranging from cadet renewal to the future of primary reserves to the role of women in the armed forces. She is much in demand as a keynote speaker in support of International Women's Day's activities and the International Women's Forum. Honored as one of Canada's top 100 most powerful women in public sector leadership by the Women's Executive Network in 2011, she was appointed a Commander of the Order of Military Merit in 2014. Today, we celebrate her leadership. We also honor her inspiring vision for Canada's youth and her outstanding example of service to the public good. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present Rear Admiral Jennifer Jane Bennett.
Jennifer Jane Bennett, in recognition of enduring contributions to leadership opportunities for future generations and exemplary service in Canada's military and civilian communities, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws and to express the hope that we shall continue to be blessed by your rich counsel for many years to come. Congratulations, Jen.
Thank you very much.
It's an honor to have you here. Believe me. Take over.
Eminent Chancellor, President, Board of Governors, Representative, members of the Academy, graduates, family and friends. It is truly a privilege for me to be joining you today to receive an honorary degree and to address the graduating class. I would like to thank the University of Alberta for this incredible honor and recognition. This recognition now comes with the challenging task of providing you with what is supposed to be wise and useful advice for your life and your career. So my first piece of advice would be start making notes and pay attention, as you never know when you will be asked to make a convocation address in the future or have to speak after receiving a prestigious award. When I received the letter from the university informing me of my selection for an honorary degree, I immediately wondered, why me? What have I done to deserve this? And that led me to think about how I got here and what advice I could offer as I look back. The spring I was in grade 12, I made a decision that would change the path of my life and lead me to where I am today. At the time, I was simply considering summer job options, not career paths or lifetime goals. In fact, my preferred job option at the time was to lifeguard at a local pool where they would pay me while I got a tan. Sounded perfect to me, but I was offered an alternative that would provide me with much more than that and offered me something completely different. Local Army and Naval Reserve units had a summer student program that you could join for 8 weeks of basic training and activities. I got a call from one of the local Navy chiefs who was a family friend, suggesting that I should come in and sign up for this program. My father was in the Naval Reserve, and I knew that he got to do interesting things and be out on the water, so I thought, how bad can this be? 8 weeks of basic training, and the pay was 3, if not 4 times what I would have made at the pool. I had no intention of doing anything more than that summer program, and had certainly never given a military career any thought. Early mornings and following orders, not my style. However, sometime during that 8 weeks, my attitude changed, and I got hooked on the opportunities, challenges, and possibilities. So I continued my training with the initial goal of making money for university and having an interesting part-time job that was completely different than any of my friends. What started as a temporary summer job with no aspirations or goals led me towards leadership opportunities that have taken me across Canada and around the world. I've had experiences that have challenged me and pushed me well beyond my limits, and I was offered responsibilities and appointments that I never thought were possible. I didn't set out to achieve a certain rank or position or change things. I was just looking for something interesting to do, and I certainly found that and more. So the next piece of advice I'd like to share is about making opportunities happen. In every career field, you may have a path mapped out, but things don't always go according to the plan. So if opportunities don't present themselves, go out and find them or make your own happen. You are in charge of your own future. In both my teaching and military careers, when there weren't jobs in my field, I took other opportunities and tried to build my experience and expertise. It seems to have paid off. When asked, what's the most important lesson you've learned from a mistake you made in the past? Many professionals comment that they said no to a lot of opportunities when starting out because they thought, yeah, that's not what my degree is in, or I don't really know much about that domain. Sometimes you have to take chances and make an opportunity fit for you rather than the other way around. I like the analogy that a career path is not a ladder, but a jungle gym. A description of this by Patty Sellers to Sheryl Sandberg in her book Lean In says, ladders are limiting. People can move up or down, on or off. Jungle gyms offer more creative exploration and alternative routes. There's only one way to get to the top of a ladder, but there are many ways to get to the top of a jungle gym. Everyone can find a path that suits them on a jungle gym or climber. The ability to forge a unique path with occasional dips, stops, detours, and even dead ends presents a much better chance of fulfillment. Plus, a jungle gym provides great views for many people, not just those at the top. On a ladder, most climbers are stuck staring at the butt of the person ahead. I should also note that very good jungle gyms are designed and built by engineers. For me, one of the most powerful and rewarding aspects of my dual careers has been the influence I've had upon people. Not just those who I have worked with directly, but also some I have never met. You never know what people are taking note of through what I like to call silent mentoring. As a teacher, I've served as a coach and mentor to students of all ages, guiding and teaching, helping them to develop and grow. In that role, it seems obvious that you would have a lasting impact on others, and that is what is expected of you. However, in my military career, my role as a leader and being a woman who's been a trailblazer has had far greater reach and impact than expected. Over the years, I've had many people approach me and tell me that I've been an example or a role model for them, that they've had learned a great deal from my career and my actions, and in some cases, I'd never actually met them or worked with them. It is quite humbling and also quite intimidating to know that through what I was doing and who I was, others were finding their way and could see their success through mine. People were inspired by what I had accomplished and achieved, as well as who I was. We often measure success in broad terms of corporate growth, strategies fulfilled, rank achieved, medals earned, or projects completed. We sometimes take note of how our work has influenced others, but only if their examples are obvious and well publicized or praised. Over time, you're going to amass a broad track record. You'll be graded or reviewed on a host of factors and experiences, including university courses, work performance, and advancement. But your leadership legacy, the influence you have on the thoughts, actions, and lives of others is already reflected in the individual faces of each person you come in contact with in all aspects of your life. You've just finished an academic program that has changed you personally and professionally. You're full of good ideas and information and keen to get out into the world. You're at a high point in your career, and this is a great time to consider where you've been and where you'll go. Never underestimate the power of what you do and who you are. Your legacy and influence goes well beyond a job title, rank, and official responsibilities. It's how you do things. It is not what you are known as, but what you are known for. Be yourself. Be authentic. Stay true to your own personal style. We want to be liked and to fit in, so we often do what we think will be most acceptable to others. Many assume that different isn't good, and we try to adapt to a certain style so that we think that will be more acceptable. But that isn't authentic. As Oscar Wilde said, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. When I look back to that summer job choice I made 40 years ago, I am proud of my achievements in the Canadian Armed Forces and for the leadership challenges that I have met. But my greatest accomplishment and legacy will be having opened doors to those who will follow, or to have contributed to and influenced others' success, all while maintaining my personal leadership style and a sense of humor. I am humbled to have received this recognition, and I am honored and proud to be part of this graduating class and the University of Alberta. Sincere congratulations to all of the graduates, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Bennett, for those inspiring words and message. You clearly have been a role model and mentor for many. In your quiet way, you've influenced whole generations of young women and people who have interests in the military. You've clearly demonstrated how to make opportunities happen by the use of a jungle gym, and we hope that little analogy be one that our graduates will remember for many years to come. Congratulations, and please sign our honorary degree honor roll. Thank you, Dr. Bennett. You're now officially a member of the University of Alberta alumni. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called across the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you'll walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority during political, military, and academic events. Today, our mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge, the importance of our university, and our graduates to society. I look forward to meeting you on stage.
I would ask the candidates for degrees to please rise. Please rise. And follow along on page 4 of the Convocation program, page 4. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? These
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you're entitled and invest you with the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, and for those who believe to serve your God, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor David Lynch, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Engineering. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Asan-ul-Alam. Benem Charandabi. Alexei Baldijan. Amir Askoui. Elsa Elizabeth Gallagher. Ahmed Mohammed Zaki Kasim. Farzin Shamirani. Sahar Movag Hadi. Mehdi Rezai Sarhe. Thais Sigayeva. Nahid Vahabisani. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Science, Anshul Aurora. Kuldeep Kaur Aulkak. Akshay Datyal. Changji. Shahab Haji Nasari. Andrew Michael Hackman. Jugal Kishore Kansal. Furkan Ali Khan. Noruddin Samsudin Korasi. Madhurima Kumar. Yan Liu. Larissa Janine Marlowe. Muhammad Raj Masood. Amar Abdullah Munshi. Kaushik Murali. Trevor Olson. Michelle Laurette Parenteau. Reza Rafai Borujani. Iftikhar Uddin Rahid. Benem Sadri. Travis Robert Shep. Bikramjit Sharma. Sandesh Srestha. Sartaj Singh. Brendan Scott Smith. Hui Wang. Sadiq Mohammed Ansari. Douglas Darrell Kruger. Su Lee. Naeem Haider Naqvi. Khalil Ahmad Shakir. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, recipient of a Governor General's Silver Medal and the APEGA Past President's Medal in Electrical Engineering, Shafi-ur-Rehman Khan with distinction.
Shafi Khan is one of 3 recipients of the Governor General's Silver Medal. The Governor General's Silver Medals are the University of Alberta's most prestigious undergraduate academic awards and are donated by the Governor General of Canada. First presented in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the medals recognize and encourage academic excellence across Canada. Shafi graduates from the University of Alberta's Electrical Engineering program with a 4.0 cumulative GPA. Yay! Great. Fantastic. His educational achievements while attending the U of A include the University of Alberta Academic Excellence Scholarship, the IEEE Canadian Foundation Power Quality Scholarship, and the Schlumberger Scholarship in Electrical Engineering. An active volunteer, Shafi is co-chair of the Educational Activities and Young Professional Group of the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers and was previously the chair of that group's student branch at the U of A. He plans to continue his academic path by pursuing a graduate degree in electrical engineering. Please join me in congratulating Shafi. Well done. Congratulations.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, Shane Brass. Kyle Robert Buchanan. Alexander Tai Chung. Ryan Christopher Corpus. Bradley James Davis. Kelsey Lynn Gaborio. Nigel Himmelrich. Christopher John Hutt. Braden Jongerius. Renek Kill. Tyler John Mean. Vina Nokwin with distinction. Oleg Olenikov. Krista Lee Oribello. Michael James Pappas with distinction. Bryson Derek Peters. Hang Peng with distinction. Vincent Zijia Fong. AJ Sharp. Nelson Andrew Stoic with distinction. Recipient of the APEGA Past President's Medal in Computer Engineering, Isaac John Supin with distinction. Jesse Derek Tucker. Jacob Christopher Veal. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Zain ul Abidin. Ishtiaq Ahmed Zaki. Hassan Hafiz Ahmed with distinction. Omar Araji. Mohammed Sharul Izwan bin Bistamam. Brandon James Borden with distinction. Braden Thomas Brosda. Patrick John Walker Brown. Jesse James Caldarola. Parambir Singh Chahal. Eric Chen. Hue Chen. James C. Chen. Ye Chen Chen. Jordan Madison John Chipchura. Songham Cho. Wei Wa Cho. Kim John Chua with distinction. What is this? Andrew Robert Coulthard with distinction. Fuchi Ch with distinction. Curtis Dillon Durr. Kuljit Singh Danoya. Alexander David Dull. Mohammed Etesham. Jiachin Fan with distinction. Ian Edward Gadowski. Jile Rajesh Jajar with distinction. Samuel John Glassford. Jongho James Han. Ryan Joseph Robert Hickle. Wenzi Huang with distinction. Tyler Richard Hughes. Ryan Nikki Huynh. Nicholas Irvan G. Farouk Ishan. Sri Aditya Kompala. Nikhil Krishnan. Seng Leong Lee. Kenny Kai Yin Leung with distinction. Bokai Lee. Winching Lee. Zichin Ling. Xiu Liu. Philip Lubicic. Alexander Lutsenko. Christopher Lu Ma. Najamadi. Goran Mandic. Anton Matviuk. Manuel Eduardo Medina with distinction. David Kwado Mensa Adjaman. Robert George Morgan. Lukman Al-Hakim Nazran. Dui Nat Nguyen. Francis Liam Hoang Trung Nguyen with distinction. Tru Hai Nguyen Tran with distinction. Manan Rajesh Pancholi with distinction. Mit Parek. Jaehyun Park. Thomas Pham with distinction. Janine Michelle de la Cruz Poe. Ian Joseph Przulski. Kyle Noel Caballero Puyat. Colin Michael Rosichuk. Justin Michael Schlovitz. Michelle Nicole Scully with distinction. Aditya Selvaraju. Leandra Marie Shade. Dongyu Shao with distinction. Yaroslav Shaposhnikov. Guanji Shen. Ji Song. Adam Stefanik. Phu Tri Tran. Shihang Wu. Ankita Vashisht with distinction. Michael George Vlykov with distinction. Daniel Howard Watson with distinction. Luke Allen Wigren. Christopher Leonard Walsager. Jordan Sun Hao Wong with distinction. Boyang Su with distinction. Alvin Lyndon Young with distinction. Mohammed Zain. Chenqi Zhang. Peng Zhang. Rong Zhang. And Yu Zhu. Peng Zhuang.
Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Daniel Ryan Aldrich. Zayed Al-Mansouri. Jose Eduardo Alvarez Rocha with distinction. Yosef Aparicio. Erin Jane Elizabeth Austin. Austin Azar. Antonio Milan Baxa. Protik Banerjee. Alistair James Blackley. Hassan Bokhari. Recipient of the APEGA Past President's Medal in Mechanical Engineering, Quinn Allison Bozer with distinction. Adam Michael Brandt. Colin Alexander Brown with distinction. Clinton Michael Carlisle. Kimberly Ann Casemore with distinction. Brandon J. Cathcart with distinction. Ka Chun Chan. Jianhao Chen. Yang Chen with distinction. Justin Kayan Chong. Bradley Gerald Clark. Dylan Martin Corbière. Matthew Gordon Dearborn. Angelique Cordeed. Peter Wilhelmus Dirks. Ying Dong. Jasmine Manshi-Du. Douglas Ryan Dupont. David Jonathan Ebanks. Bobbin Joseph Edafons. Quinn Everett Erickson. Chad Michael Fall. Marcus Alfred Feigl. Kelsey Jean Fry. Kieran Stewart Garland with distinction. Matthew Joseph Benoit Gavreau. Charlotte Elizabeth Starr Gervais with distinction. Mark Patrick Gilmore with distinction. Christopher James Gilroy. Michael Jacobus Goss with distinction. Mitchell Robert Grames with distinction. Nigel Raposo Greenways with distinction. Jonathan Stewart Hall. Spencer Lloyd Hannon. Stephen Alexander Harrison with distinction. Ross Alexander Hauk. Christopher David Hockey. Lee Jun Hee. Tyler James Hirsch. Akil Moez Herji. Ricardo Alberto Hallman. Matthew Robert Vincent Hussey with distinction. Samantha Islam. Kelsey Lynn Jakula with distinction. Ian Graham Janke with distinction. Heidi Bess Johnson with distinction. Cheyenne Juya. Bryce Lewis Joanne. Simon Brent Karsgaard. Connor James Keegan. Riaz Kher. Sarah Yvonne Khan with distinction. Robert Vincent Clickatch with distinction. Kyle Andrew Klimchak. David Gerard Corpany. James Richard Kracher with distinction. Rebecca Dorothy Lynn Cresta with distinction. Catherine Florence Cruz. Eric Melvin Lagore with distinction. Ben Alexander Lauder. Ji Eun Lee. Woosing Lee with distinction. Eric Alexander Lepp with distinction. Jane Ma. Mohammed Mahfouz with distinction. Miruna Marin with distinction. Richard James McEwen. Alan Michael McPhee. David Stephen Menzak. David Carswell Mills with distinction. Tyrell Musil with distinction. Bradley Dale Myers. Calvin Honfun Ing with distinction. Michael Eric Nicholsito. Vladan Pakic. Siddharth Patak. Jason Fung. Mark Joseph Pollock. Stuart Brian Pritchard. Neha Vilas Rane with distinction. Christopher Rebus with distinction. Thomas Christopher Reitzma. Brad William Riddle Roberts with distinction. Ryan Thomas Rogers. Brandon Craig Roselle with distinction. Andrew Evan Routier. Jeff Scott Rutherford with distinction. Paul Norman Saleh. Dalen George Shattuck. Ryan Shake. Andrew Gary Sharamita with distinction. Kane Richard Joseph Shillingford. Ryan Michael Skinner. Tanner Jeffrey Sohn with distinction. Connor Paul Spear. Cody Jason Spence with distinction. David Stanier. Philip Ty with distinction. Matthew Thompson. Brian Douglas Thompson. Alaric Antonio Ross Thomas. Mateo Angelo Torres. Austin David Turgeon with distinction. Justin Andrew Watson with distinction. Andrew James Went. Matthew Ron Warren. Cassidy Weston with distinction. Andrew Donald Williams with distinction. Eric Andrew Borges Williams. Drew Philip Winkler. John Clint IV Winnick. Ryan Chun Kit Wan. Zhong Nan Chu. Jason Yakimic with distinction. Zijian Yang. Cynthia Xiao Ying with distinction. Subaru Yakota. Justin Alexander Young. Rami Osama Yusuf. Henry Yao Hong Yu. Michael Yu. Shirley Yu with distinction. Youngwon Yoon. Mache Christopher Zazepa. Nicholas Baird Zubik. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Engineering Physics, Ryan Donald Boos. Jegok John Bayan. Thomas Jerry Clark. Jordan Ashley Margaret Fordyce. Michael Murphy Gomes. Recipient of the APEGA Past President's Medal in Engineering Physics, Balzacs Gainez with distinction. Davis Robert Iwaniak. Donghuk Jang. Yoxing Liu. Kyla Marie Maldaner. Nicholas Alexander Moore. Yang Ren. And Valen Gary Rizazadeh.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
Wow, what a great afternoon. Today is a truly proud moment for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 6,649 students at the Convocation ceremonies held this spring and fall. Today, we also welcome Rear Admiral Dr. Jennifer Bennett into our great University of Alberta community. Jennifer, what an honor and a real pleasure it was for me to meet with you and learn so much about your extraordinary career. Thank you for honoring us with your presence here today. Thank you. Let her example as a leader, as a lifelong seeker of excellence, inspire you in the years to come. Madam Justice Joanne Goss, so good to see you here today, attending the convocation of your son and with your mother and Doug's mother. Congratulations to both of you. I'm also delighted that a presidential colleague and a close friend, Dr. Pradipta Banerjee, is here from the Indian Institute of Technology in Roorkee, who also is attending his son's convocation. Pradipta, it's great to have you here. Graduates, you are now part of the University of Alberta family of more than 270,000 living alumni. Your U of A degree can never be dissolved. Think of our school colors, green and gold. Gold is a precious metal that withstands the ravages of time. It can be molded into any shape, stretched into a fine thread, and still retain its fundamental qualities. Green, on the other hand, is a symbol of growth and change, of new beginnings. Taken together, the green and gold encapsulate what I hope your education means to you. I hope it is a permanent and enriching feature of your life, as well as an important source of lifelong personal and professional growth. Graduates, it's your turn to thank a few of your supporters. There are many to thank today, but I would like to take a moment to acknowledge one person in particular who has dedicated his life to building one of North America's finest faculties of engineering here at the University of Alberta, Dr. David Lynch, our Dean of Engineering. David. And I'm not finished with Dr. Lynch. He has served as Dean of Engineering since 1994. For more than 20 years, he has worked tirelessly to make this university a powerhouse in both engineering, research, and education. Under his leadership, the number of students enrolled in engineering has doubled. More than half of engineering's 30,000 undergraduate and graduate degrees have been awarded while he was dean. And that's not all. More than 30 major research chairs have been established. 5 new buildings dedicated to teaching and research in engineering have been constructed, many in partnership with the philanthropic community. Dean Lynch has played a lead role in the establishment of several key centers and initiatives. A few examples include the National Institute of Nanotechnology, Institute for Oil Sands Innovation, Canadian Centre for Clean Coal, Carbon and Mineral Processing Technologies, and the Naziri School of Building Science and Engineering. Graduates, because of Dean Lynch's dedication to your faculty, you are graduating with one of the most highly recognized and valued engineering degrees in the world. The educational experiences and opportunities you've had will, I have no doubt, take you far. At the end of this month, Dean Lynch will be retiring from the University of Alberta. Please help me once again in giving Dean Lynch a great round of applause. And now, graduates, I would like you to stand up, turn around, and give a huge round of applause to the people who supported you, your parents, families, for some of you, spouses, and children. Let's say thank you to them all. Okay, now that I have you all back with us, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before we formally induct all of you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, we want to remind you of the journey you've been on to get to this ceremony with the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video Je te retrouve, or I remember you, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in celebration of the university's centenary in 2008 and is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. Franz Levasseur-Ouimet and arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan, and captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university. I hope the images that will accompany the song show some of your own particular story and bring back fond memories of your time spent here. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, my name is Mary Pat Barry, and it is my honor to welcome you and officially induct you to the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Among your alumni family are a Prime Minister, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and a Nobel laureate, as well as many other outstanding business leaders, artists, educators, and humanitarians around the world. Alumni all dedicated to uplifting the whole people. A century ago, a group of graduates from the University of Alberta came together in the belief that they could do more together than they could separately. For over 100 years, alumni like us have been doing great things. Bienvenue à notre famille mondiale. Graduates, would you please stand? As a new ambassador for the University of Alberta, I call upon you to use the knowledge you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. I call upon you to maintain a lifelong connection with your university. As an alumnus of the University of Alberta, be proud of your degree and your fellow alumni. Nurture lifelong friendships and cultivated on this campus. Celebrate our university's many successes and recommend it to others. Take part in your alumni association's many events and activities. You are officially a lifetime member of a powerful worldwide network of friends and colleagues. On behalf of all alumni, I am very pleased to welcome you to the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future endeavors. Please be seated.
Thank you, Mary Pat. And now a few final words to our graduates. All of us on the stage today commend you for your determination and your achievements in reaching this convocation. Our honorary degree recipient has offered us a brilliant example of how to make opportunities happen through her type of leadership of quiet and effective mentorship. Rear Admiral Dr. Jennifer Bennett, thank you again for being here. You've given us great honor by accepting this honorary degree. Thank you again. Graduates, the world is now open for you to be leaders and following the example of our honorary degree recipient. On your behalf, I wish to thank our superb vocalist, Ms. Ellie Kerrigan, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust and Mr. Don Ross. And now in closing, a final thank you to our graduates. Thank you for coming today. Thank you for taking on the responsibilities of a university graduate. And thank you for becoming one of our alumni family. I'm pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor and first balcony lobbies for refreshments and fellowship following this convocation. Graduates, may your dreams take you far, but may you always remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. Enjoy your celebration.